So good afternoon everybody, myself Acharya Vishvendra. I was just discussing about mind-brain algorithm for optimal results. So suppose this is a student, this is the brain, this is the mind, and they communicates via the brain waves. So this I have already explained also. Let's understand things in terms of algorithms. Suppose there is a question that body is being given a force F and there is a friction Fs and it starts moving with angular acceleration alpha and linear acceleration is ACM. So we need to find the relation between ACM and Fs. So using the translatory equation motion, we get net force is mass into acceleration center of mass. Using torque equation about the center, we get this. Then conditions for pure rolling, ACM is R alpha, and fourth condition, I is equal to mk square, which is related to radius of gyration and moment of inertia of any rigid body. If we solve all these equations and arrange them, then we get ACM is equals to F by M 1 plus H by R 1 plus K square by R square, and friction is F H by R minus K square by R square upon 1 plus K square by R square. So you have seen that there are 4 steps and their mathematical manipulation when we do. So finally we get result number 5 and result number 6. Now there are two different things, two different algorithms. One algorithm is simple, which involves 6 steps over here. Another is which normally students proceed, they go stepwise, they solve, they calculate, they do whatever, and ultimately they come to the final conclusion that the result of all these manipulations, all these calculations is this. Another algorithm is which is heuristic based or the shortcut based, and heuristic means use of memory without analysis. So what is use of heuristic is that you just focus on the output giving information. You just focus on the specific part of the information. Obviously it's speedy up, it's very fast, and it helps you to save a lot of time that you can use for solving complex questions. So if you are able to use heuristics, which is the mental shortcut, then certainly you can perform better, you can get ahead of others. So that, because any exam is a time based exam, so if you get the time, then there is a good chance of success in that. So just implement this. Suppose there is a rigid body, a force 200 Newton is applied on that, radius is 2 centimeter, and the force is applied at a height of 1 centimeter, mass is 5 kg over here. We need to find acceleration. So if we just write the equation directly without going into the calculation parts over here, we can say that ACM is this thing. So after calculations we get 40 meter per second square. So you have seen that using heuristic saves your precious time, and you are not being stressed up, you are not being drawn to a feeling of negative vibrations of the complex algorithms. So I think if you can just bypass the complex algorithms for at least some questions, so that saves your precious time and energy and your vibration level as it is, and you can perform better. Using the similar thing, we can get friction is equal to this, so friction here will be 0. So using use of shortcuts saves you from bearing the brunt of complex algorithms that goes on inside your mind brain system. Now here is the thing, that the clever students, they often outsmart the hard-working student in short term, because the clever students, they just optimizes their time and energy. They just read what is required in the exam. They don't bother the algorithms, they don't bother the ongoing complexities. They just know that if I'm going to remember this result, then certainly, and if I can apply this directly in the exam, then my job is done, my work is done. So in short term they are at better position, but in long term, because if there is a question which is based on thinking, which is based on analysis, suppose in this question I apply the force at a certain angle. So if I apply force at the angle, then everything will change, and instead of force we have to take the horizontal component, and the vertical component will also change the normal reaction, so friction will also change. So here the game will change a bit. So the hardworking student, or the student who is comfortable with the fundamental things, who know how to approach things from the fundamental, who started from level 1, from step 1, will be comfortable in solving that. But the student who only uses this trick will not be able to do the question. So everything comes with pros and cons. So every trick doesn't work everywhere, it's for specific situations. But certainly if you can remember certain tricks which can save you time, so you get a plenty of time, and that can help you to fetch better results, to fetch solve questions in a better way. So you need to use both of these things. So adopt a mediocre strategy. That means you should also learn how to solve questions from the fundamental, plus you should also learn how to use tricks. So a mix of these will give you the best result, the best output. So mixed approach is better, and we can say that the mediocre approach is best suited. So I think you get the point. So the conclusion is that focus on the mind brain algorithms when you solve a particular question, and that is going to affect your performance. And if you want to achieve optimal performance, choose a mediocre method, a hard working and a smart working, and a combo of these, and I think you can end up with flying colors. Thank you and have a nice day.